previous podcast, I talked a bit about what the facilities housing an oil mill should look like. Starting with this episode, I'll describe the machines that work inside those facilities, the actual equipment that makes up an oil mill. Today we'll focus on the machines used to weigh and clean the olives. Hi, this is Milena. Welcome back to Olive Oil Drops, a podcast by Marco Antonucci, all about olive oil and olives. This is the English edition. After harvesting, which can be done using various methods I described in podcast 25, the olives are taken straight to the mill, see podcast 74, making sure not to damage the cells of the fruit. Here, the very first thing that happens is weighing, a simple, almost automatic gesture, but a fundamental one in any production or transformation process. So olives are usually transported in plastic crates of various sizes, loaded onto suitable vehicles. The first operation then is weighing, and here we'll talk about scales designed for that purpose. Just a note, there is no legal requirement for specific receipt or document certifying the weighing. The National Agricultural Information System and other bodies don't require it. What matters is simply the number, the weight in kilograms. Still, it's in every supplier's interest to know exactly how much product is being processed, and for those using the scales, proper calibration is essential, even though under Ministerial Decree 93 of April 21, 2017, an officially approved scale isn't mandatory. For mills that handle large quantities of olives, a weight bridge is recommended. That's the classic truck scale that provides a precise reading as soon as the vehicle is on it. It works with a system of load cells that measure the weight evenly, ensuring maximum accuracy. Weight bridges can be fixed, wall-mounted or mobile. The mobile ones usually have two separate rams that can be easily moved around. The vehicle is weighed when loaded and then again when empty. The difference between the two readings gives the exact amount of olives delivered. These data can even be connected directly to the computer managing the mill's operations, including invoicing, since the cost of pressing is usually calculated per 100 kilograms of olives delivered. Now, this is an expensive system that takes up space and requires maintenance, but it is a solid long-term investment in an oil mill. It can easily last over 20 years. A very practical solution suitable for mills of any size is weighing in motion. This refers to systems that measure weight while the load is moving. A simple example is the scale built into pallet trucks or pallet jacks. These are much more affordable, starting around 400 euros, and then you allow you to move heavy objects while the build and load cells accurately measure their weight even in motion. They are mainly used in logistics and have the great advantage of being easy to move wherever they need it. They are precise tools that can also help with tracking goods or preventing fraud during transport. There are even smaller trolley-style versions on the market, perfect for moving small boxes of olives. Then there are classic floor scales, electronic or mechanical, made up of steel platform where the goods are placed and rolled with a digital or analog display showing the weight. They are suitable for weights up to about a ton, though many models can handle up to 30 quintals. Defoliation and washing. Once the olives are registered and weighed, it's time to clean them, a crucial step, though surprisingly some mills still skip it. In recent years, a drying phase using air has been added after washing, and it is likely to become more common in the future. After all, most fruits are washed and often dried before processing. So why wash olives? Well, the obvious answer is because only clean fruit, free from contaminants and foreign materials, can produce high-quality oil. Just as we wash vegetables and fruit before using them, even if we peel them afterward, olives deserve the same care. That's the olive grower's perspective. The miller's point of view is a bit different. For them, proper cleaning prevents breakdowns and premature wear of the machinery. Imagine what could happen if a nail or a piece of metal ended up in the crusher, or if bits of plastic or wood get stuck in decanter nozzles or wrapped around the bearing. Even small wood fragments floating in the oil could build up near the drains, causing blockages and leaks. Residues of soil or sand can also wear down crushers and decanters very quickly, reducing efficiency and driving up maintenance costs. In areas with sandy soil, poor washing can ruin a machine in just a few seasons. These problems might sound rare, but they are more common than you think. The increasing mechanization of olive harvesting means that olives arrive at the mill dirtier than ever, full of branches, soil, leaves, and all sorts of debris. And stopping a mill in the middle of the season, even for just a few hours, can mean losses far greater than the cost of repairs. Defoliator. The first cleaning step is handled by a defoliator, also called a destoner or leaf remover, machines that come in all shapes and sizes. The operation itself is simple, whether large or small, fixed or mobile. These galvanized steel machines use forced ventilation produced by an electric or combustion engine. Combined with special grids or conveyor belts, the airflow removes branches, leaves, stones, and other impurities. This speed can be adjusted depending on the size of the olives and how dirty they are. Motor power ranges from about 350 watts to over 30 kilowatts depending on the size of the unit. They can be fixed or mounted on wheels. The mobile ones, often shaped like wheelbarrows, are easy to mow and usually run on internal combustion engines or are powered by a tractor. Larger models are towable and often cylindrical in shape, with a blower operating inside a rotating drum. This can process up to 100 quintals of olives per hour. Fixed units are usually installed outside the crushing room and connected directly to the washing machine. There are also simple manual gravity versions for hobbyists. The olives roll over sloped grated surfaces that trap leaves and impurities as they fall naturally. This can clean up to a couple of hundredweight of olives per hour. Washing machine. Once all visible impurities are removed, the olives go into a stainless steel washing machine. Here they float in cold water and are pushed over the grid, where water jets wash them, forcing dirt and debris to sink to the bottom. A helical wheel or a similar mechanism lifts the olives out and transfers them onto a static or vibrating sieve, where they are rinsed one final time with clean water. That's a simplified description of how a typical washing machine works. Some versions also use air bubbles, water clarification tanks, vibrators, or other systems to improve cleaning efficiency. The machine's electricity use depends on the time of wash and the quantity of olives processed. Capacities range from around 120 kilograms per hour for small hobby models to over 90 quintals per hour for industrial ones, though even the large ones rarely exceed 9 kilowatts of power. Water consumption, however, is the more critical factor. Some washing machines use 1 liter of water per kilogram of olives, while others use just 1 liter per 40 kilograms. A huge difference. That's why when choosing a machine, it is important to consider water use and treatment systems, even more than electricity consumption. After all, electricity can come from solar panels on the mill's roof, but water must come from supply network. Finally, in areas with limited water resources or for large-scale operations, closed-circuit washing systems are available. These recycle water through reverse osmosis and chlorine dioxide treatment, drastically reducing consumption and operating costs. The only requirement is that the water always meets potable standards. If you wish to ask us questions, you can do so either by email, oliveoildrops@gmail.com, website www.oliveoildrops.com, where you can also find text of this podcast both in Italian and English, or comment space of the podcast platform you have been using and to which you can subscribe free of charge. Thank you for listening.